Welcome. We're so excited that you are here at Production Services Incorporated, or PSI. PSI is a leading provider of well servicing, plug and abandonment, wireline services, pipe and equipment sales, and a few other specialty items. Our company has a rich history in oil and gas, bromine, and now even lithium. That history dates back to 1957. Through the years, we've had the honor of employing thousands of individuals that started exactly where you are. Their dedication to safety and hard work has laid the foundation from which we build upon each and every day. Dedication to safety is our number one priority. Safety first, always. Our commitment to safety isn't just a policy, it's our culture. It's who we are. We believe that no schedule or cost is worth compromising the well-being of any individual. That's why we prioritize safety above all else. At PSI, every member of our team is empowered with stop work authority. What does that mean? Well, that means if you see something that doesn't look right, doesn't feel right, or could potentially be unsafe, we encourage you to speak up. We want you to speak up. Your voice is crucial in maintaining the highest safety standards. In fact, your voice is just as important as the most experienced person on the team. Your journey with PSI starts here, and it starts with a commitment to our values. And as you embark upon this path, remember that your safety and the safety of your coworkers are our top priorities, and they should be yours too. Together, we will continue to set industry standards for excellence. Again, we're glad you're here. Here's to a safe, successful journey with PSI. Let's be safe and make some great things happen.
When driving a company vehicle, always follow all laws and regulations. Only approved drivers are allowed to drive a company vehicle. All drivers must hold a valid driver's license to operate the type of vehicle assigned to them. Obey all posted signs. Seatbelts are required to be worn in all moving vehicles by all occupants. Only use hands-free mode when making voice calls. Texting while driving is strictly prohibited. When parking, back in the designated parking areas. When driving on customers' roads and locations, follow all posted speed limit signs. If you come to a closed gate, close the gate behind you. An OSHA-approved hard hat meeting ANSI Z89.1 requirements must be worn on all locations and in designated yard areas. Consult your supervisor for yard locations. Shoulder length or longer hair must be contained inside the hard hat or tucked in shirt. OSHA-approved safety glasses meeting ANSI Z87 requirement must be worn on all locations and in yard where work is being performed outside of an office environment. Prescription glasses must also meet ANSI Z87 requirements with rigid side shields. If your prescription glasses are not ANSI approved, monogoggles or covered specs shall be worn. Adequate work gloves shall be worn while working. Do not wear gloves or loose clothing around rotating equipment. When working with chemicals, ask your supervisor to review the SDS sheet for glove selection guidance. Approved steel-toed work boots that meet ANSI Z49.1 rating are required at all times. Always wear proper work clothing, which includes well-fitting pants and shirts, no jewelry, and proper footwear. Flame-resistant clothing is required on all well site locations. FR clothing must always be the outermost garment. Fall protection is required when working 4 feet or more above the ground. Handrails are the preferred method for fall protection. Ensure all work platforms are fully enclosed with handrails. When working outside of a handrail area, various fall protection devices will be required to ensure 100% tie-off. Elements include a properly fitted harness, shock-absorbing lanyard, or self-retracting lanyard, also known as SRL. Read and follow all posted safety and emergency signs. Smoking is allowed only in designated areas. Familiarize yourself with fire extinguishers, eye wash stations, first aid stations, and emergency exits. Report all incidents to your supervisor and safety coordinator immediately, regardless of how minor. Seek first aid treatment immediately. Use appropriate protection when exposed to blood or bodily fluids. If you become aware of a potential hazard or encounter a near miss, report it to your supervisor. Lessons learned from all incidents and near misses are gathered and shared with all employees through safety alerts and monthly safety meetings. General housekeeping is required for a safe working environment. Keep your work area uncluttered and clean as possible. Attend and participate in all safety meetings. Read and follow all job safety analysis or JSAs. All jobs require a pre-job JSA before starting work. Inspect all ladders prior to use, checking for any damage. If damage is found, do not use and take the ladder out of service. Never use a step ladder as a straight ladder. All ladders greater than 8 feet shall be held or tied off when ascending or descending. Erect ladders according to the manufacturer's requirements. Do not enter permit-required confined spaces. When working around any confined space, check to see if a permit is required. Only authorized personnel are allowed in permit-required confined spaces. Only authorized personnel are allowed to operate mobile equipment who have been properly trained and certified. This includes all forklifts, man lifts, cranes, and specialty equipment. Only authorized personnel are allowed to perform lockout-tagout on electrical equipment or devices, and they must follow the lockout-tagout policy. Various devices are used to de-energize energy sources. All machinery must be properly guarded before use. If a guard is missing or damaged, stop work and report it to your supervisor. Keep a safe distance from all hot work activities such as welding, cutting, and grinding. When working around any type of chemical, refer to the Safety Data Sheet, or SDS, for that chemical. Follow all recommendations regarding personal protective equipment, or PPE. Notify your supervisor immediately if a SDS is not available for the chemical you're working around. Read and follow all label directions. Report any unlabeled containers such as barrels, bags, buckets, and cans to your supervisor. Only authorized personnel who have been properly fitted, trained, and certified are allowed to use a respirator. Any employee can use a mask for nuisance dust. Store all flammable materials in approved spaces and containers. When handling loads that are suspended, always use a tagline to keep from getting under the load. When working in extreme heat, it is important to take frequent breaks in the shade and drink adequate amounts of water. Always watch out for signs of heat stress. All employees are required to submit pre-employment drug and alcohol testing. All employees are kept in a monthly random drug testing program and are subject to post-accident and reasonable suspicion testing as required. Phones are not allowed when working on a rig or the shop unless permission is granted by the supervisor. Phones should be stored in the crew truck or doghouse and only used during break time. Taking photos on a job site or at any company location is expressly prohibited. Never upload photos or videos to social media. Doing so may result in termination. All employees have stop work authority. Any employee who reasonably believes that an activity or condition is unsafe is expected to stop or refuse work without fear of reprisal by management or co-worker. Any employee is entitled to have a safety concern addressed before participating in the work. Any form of retribution or intimidation directed at any individual for exercising their right to issue stop work authority will not be tolerated. We are all capable of being accident-free.